Why don't you give me them shoes?
Because they're new, and I don't give you new shoes. Oh. Get off me, man! I told you not to hit me in the face.
Harmony Korine, director of Gummo and writer of Kids, has always marched to the beat of his own drum. Certainly in line with his penchant for the bizarre was his cancelled film project, Fight Harm.
Shit, man, give me them shoes.
So what's for dinner, man? You cooking tonight?
Shot in 1999, it consisted of David Blaine filming Korine being savagely beaten by strangers on the streets of Manhattan. The idea was that Korine had to verbally insult passers-by to the point where they wanted/needed to cave his face in. Also, they had to be bigger than Korine, and they had to throw the first punch. Sounds like bum fights to us, except the rules Korine established make it slightly less morally abhorrent. It seems he wants us to laugh and recoil at him, and not those harming him, being beaten mercilessly for being a total instigating douche. He once stated that he wanted to push humour to extreme limits, to demonstrate there's a tragic component in everything. Production was put on hold at one point following Korine's arrest for fighting on the streets of Manhattan. Apparently explaining to the NYPD that it's a film project and everything's being taped isn't a good enough excuse. Production was stopped permanently a few fights in due to Korine's body not reacting well to repeated punching and kicking. Crazy, right? The 15 minutes of shot footage still exist in the director's archives, but no public releases happened. One of the most detailed records of production exists in the form of a New York Press interview with Korine. Here are some extended highlights. I'd get a little drunk. I did a few, one after the other, but what I didn't really think about was how short hardcore fights last. When you're fucking hitting each other in the head with bricks, it can only go 2 or 3 minutes. Out of the 6 or 7 fights that I did, maybe I have 15 minutes of pure hardcore bone breaking. It wouldn't be funny if I was fighting someone my size, and no matter how bad I was getting beaten up, unless I was gonna die, they couldn't break it up. We get the impression that the setup to these fights is probably hilarious. The first 2 seconds garner some shocked laughter, and then it becomes absolutely horrific. Korine then details the last fight he had on film. You just see this fucking bouncer from Stringfellows. I get in their face and I'd say whatever, it didn't matter, to get them to throw the first punch. No matter what I said, the guy wouldn't do anything. Then some stripper, some bitch that worked there, walked out. I went up to her and I went like this. I turn around and the camera crew are across the street, and as I'm turning around, you see the guy take me by the back of the head and the belt and just throw me into the middle of the street. I took a brick, it was like a piece of broken sidewalk, and smashed him in the head when he got close. All this blood just went shh. Then I started taunting him, so he starts running after me. We're going around this car running in circles, and that's where the whole Buster Keaton thing comes in. It's really high comedy. It's certainly evocative hearing about it. Korine pelting a guy in the head with a brick is so severe that it's surreal when partnered with the catch me if you can routine.
Try getting a reservation at Dorset now, you fucking stupid bastard!
Korine goes on to talk about the bouncer knocking him out and snapping his ankle with a foot stomp. Good times. Then perhaps the most bizarre detail of all. For every fight they needed a release form signed for it to be shown in the film. So, after Korine is nearly beaten to death, there's a candid camera reveal with producers rushing across, asking for guys to sign off on the project. Korine talks about the bouncer's reaction. He got so sad when he found out. He was like, oh my god, if I knew this, I never would have touched the guy. And so he signs the release form, and the girl beside him is totally in tears, the stripper. She's like, don't sign it, he's not a director, he needs to be locked up in a mental institute. Here's hoping we get to see what remains of Fight Harm someday. Sounds like our kind of tragic comedy.
How do you get it turned into a motion picture?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that? Let us know in the comments section. And please, like and subscribe if you want more.